Hey, welcome everybody. Hey, can you guys hear out there? Woo! So, welcome everybody. This is the first Guys Talking Sports. My name's Flavio Romeo. I'm the host of the Downcast, and we are live at Shortway's Barn in Hawthorne, New Jersey. Now, as a Giants fan, and I know there's a lot of Giants. How many Giants fans are out there? All right. And so, as Giants fans, we're all looking forward to baseball season. With that, because our season ended a long time ago. So you're not familiar with the Downcast. Downcast, we're a 501c3. We're a podcast here in the area. We've got our YouTube channel. We're streaming live right now for everybody watching. Thank you for tuning in. And then what we do is we're here to support local businesses, the people of our community, the organizations, and we do a lot of events that we open up to the public. And really thank you for everybody that's here today. So you make sure that if you don't subscribe, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Just look up the Downcast. We weren't going to be sponsored tonight, but the sponsor never made it, so let's hear it for Shortway's Barn. Get out of here, dog. I am honored to be sitting at this table. Some of the finest gentlemen, they couldn't make it. But quite that, I've got these guys here. And I was one of the finest gentlemen in the area. I've got to my left, I've got Michael Heidigan, collegiate football player, defensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, Lehigh University. All right. So to his left, we have Andy Murray, not the tennis player, the football player at Bucknell University, played against Lehigh University, and please welcome Andy Murray. Just different times. So at his left, we have Dave Shortway. He's playing football anyway. He does a lot of coaching. He does a lot of great things in the community. And he's also part owner of this place. So hey, give it up for Dave Shortway. Bird.
I have zero ownership. Thank you.
And at the end of the table, we got the guy that kind of legitimizes the whole thing. He's former NFL referee for 22 years. He's now, I guess you're like the referee of referees.
No, not a referee.
The supervisor of referees currently for the NFL, Mr. Ed Fan, NFL Ed. On to a former coach at Don Bosco.
That's right. Yeah.
You're going to get one of your forward players is going to be here tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to be here. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you guys for coming. So we're 21 weeks into the football season. Next week is the Super Bowl, and I'm glad they made it next week, so that way Travis Kelce could be at the Grammys tonight here on Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to like football there. All right. Looking back at the season, all right, I want to get your thoughts overall. I mean, when you think about everything that's happened, for the Giants and Jets, you got the highlight reel for Rodgers was him running out with the flat. Yeah, 4 plays and he's out. So the New York fans, Giants, Jets, we didn't have a lot to root for, but what do you take away overall, looking at the season, Mike?
Listen, it just was a harmless situation for the Jets. They threw everything into that one hat, which I think was the right thing to do. And I think they did the right thing by reloading it for next year, because the coaching staff and all the players, everybody was geared for Rodgers. Rodgers has a skill set that's very unique. As people jet, not as big fan as personally, but you know what? Got to give him a shot. He's a great ball player. But I just feel that, the Jets are going to be what the Jets are going to be. And next year, it's a hit or miss. They got to figure it out. They got to go.
How many Jets fans out there? All right, why? He's the one. All right, Andy, what do you think?
I'm a Giant fan myself. I certainly do the Jets. I like what they've done with the defensive gear. I like the head coach. I like the fact that they kept him. They have something good going.
Yeah, see, I agree with. I mean, honestly, they didn't have a shot. You know what I mean? It just everything just changed after that first game. Quarterback did pretty good impressed. Yeah, it's a problem.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, can't just call them off. Yeah. So, what do you thought?
Did it actually last 4 plays?
What about that? Did it last 4 plays? It was 4 plays.
Well, I'm thinking 1 more year with him. Otherwise, got to move up.
Yeah.
Because I think he's 40 or close to 40.
So I would say next year Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I'm not a Jets fan, but I think the fact that they kept everything the same, it may change in the next couple of months. Who knows? But the fact that they kept everything the same means that management, ownership, they're like, we're the leader of what you have. Let's keep it, let's not, we already had disruption, first game of the season, so let's try to fill on what we have. Hopefully, they definitely have to build up their line for him, otherwise they're going to be in serious trouble. Yeah, what do you think?
I'm a big stay the course guy. Well, losing Aaron Rodgers 4 plays into the season is a big, they were not ready for that.
Yeah.
They brought in an offensive coordinator who was destined to be married, and now he's got to reshuffle a whole deck. That's not fair. And every move you make is a gamble, every move you make is predicated on you having Aaron Rodgers, and it's not like that. The script has been changed. So I was out there for training camp, and they sold out training camp. They sold tickets. I was there for the Tampa Bay Jets joint practices. Aaron Rodgers went out. He was great. He went out trying to beat these guys on the field just in a practice. They let him off on the first sport, and the electricity was there. And unfortunately, 3 weeks later, I had lots of Jets friends. And when I got that text, I was watching the game, and I said, can't believe it. When I was in 8th grade, Jets won the Super Bowl. So I had to put up with
That quail, I'm not even mad.
yeah, it's a long time. 100 years ago, it became insufferable. I'm a Mets fan like the Yankees are. Every time I talk to a Yankee fan and say I'm a Mets fan, but we got 27 rings. They say, what?
Yeah, you're the only one wearing a ring of the day.
But that was a big deal. And then I went to college, Florida, and the Dolphins won. I put up with that on the news all the time. So it's like, but I feel so bad, Jets fans, because same old Jets are in here, and the other team scores into your Super Bowls. They're really big in it. It's hard to beat the Jets.
I mean, you looked at the team, and I thought for sure they were at least going to be a postseason team going into it. Same thing with the Giants. I mean, the Giants, Daniel Jones goes out, then you had Taylor comes in, he's out, and then they bring in Dominic Butlins. And, I'm ready for that, right? And you look at it, it's like, and there's a lot of hype, and you hear a lot of New York sports radio, and they're all like, oh, it's all hype, it's this kid, and he lives with his parent. But he came in, and when you expected the team to just fold, act up, and wait till next year, he came in and he played his guts out. He played, and he's a top high school kid.
Yeah.
The purpose, right?
And Ed was a Don Bosco coach, but in-based baseball.
Well, the thing about a kid like him, right? No one understands how good that kid is. He's the best baseball player, basketball player, football player that anybody that went to school with him ever saw. Right, sir? You got the guys on talk radio, you got the people saying these things. He's the best guy that anybody ever played with or against. All right, we got a coach over here, a friend of ours here. We don't understand how hard it is to get to that level in any sport. So when they say Tommy's like, he's a third-string quarterback, he is. He's one of 140 people in the world that can do that thing.
And not only that, but step in at that moment and out of nowhere. I mean, he had no intention of play.
I went 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So what do you think going into next season? What do you think they could do with DeVito? He should stay third string? I mean, obviously they're going to play Jones if he's out.
To Andy's point, the best thing that happened for that young man is he probably made about $10 million. Because by winning those 3 games, he's going to be a backup quarterback. He's going to be a backup for probably the next 4 or 5 years at $2, $3, or $5 million. And you know what? Because he put his time in. The kid's a tough kid, but at the end of the day, he's not a starter for a reason. But you know what? He's somebody that can come in and maybe help you stay steady. Be a good practice player. You're only as good as you are in practice. As what he did for those 3 games, in my opinion, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be a backup quarterback for the next couple of years, and he's going to be okay. He seems like a decent.
Yeah, it is a kid. I don't know if you guys were here, but he was at Hoagie's a few weeks ago, and just the nicest kid, taking a lot of pictures. And hats off to Pat DeMarco, all the people at Hoagie's. The kids came up, took pictures with him. There's his mom and dad, and all the stories. And I heard him on sports radio. They were saying, "Oh, well, this basketball player, he's from Jersey too. How come he didn't get sick?" No one steps in like this. No one steps in third string quarterback. They all play around the main stage, and you win. You win a few games.
I think there was some sort of record that he did that for 3 games from the Raiders. Yeah,
At the third,
I think he's the first guy to do that.
So let me give you a little history of this of him, not this of him, but his position. But remember the NFC Championship game last year, San Francisco on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco had tons of injuries. And he smoked. Or they had no one to put in. I don't even know if they played a regular quarterback at the end of the game. So but we used to have the third quarterback. We always had 3 quarterbacks. Could only activate 2. And the third one was there for a emergency. Again, we didn't have that for a long time. For the last financial reasons, that's whatever. I think most teams never got one where they needed the third string quarterback. And then this game came up from the second most important game of the year, and it was a mess. It was a bad TV show. So they changed the rule and they brought back the third quarterback.
Is that right?
If that didn't happen, we're not talking about a young kid from Cedar Grove with the Bahamas. Yeah.
Well, they changed that rule.
Last year after the game, the competition committee got together and said that was not a good look. So we need to expand the roster as much as we can to about the third quarterback back in.
So they changed it before this past season.
I think I worked in 2000 to 2021, and I'm going to say halfway through 2010, maybe even before that, they stopped. He could be dressed, and he could have the radio in his helmet, but he couldn't be activated unless there was an emergency like that, and they didn't have that in place last year. So we may rethink this and go back, and that's how. And then probably others, but he was the most popular.
Yeah.
So what he's $10 million, Mike. He capitalized on.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
So between the 2 New York teams, what do you think in this offseason, the draft, what do you think the Giants and Jets need to focus on?
O-line.
So with this thing right there, imagine if they had an O-line.
Oh, he was doing that. And plus years, I know, it's a lot of swing and miss at that position. Like the Giants doing well in some other examples of prepared. Smink was with the Robots. He had that Erlikin.
You're on the breach just discussed how they had the goal.
So what he makes me say, are they transferred? Joe is, I mean, always said it could play this team.
Do you think Taylor's going to stay on the team? He is. His sign, he is signing it. Around.
Yeah, he can run the ball pretty well. They can buy some time to gym back there. Both of these footballers are good.
They need to build their O-line. I mean, it's just every year it's the same thing. I mean, why would you look at a quarterback?
You look at any. I don't care if you're coaching Pee-wee football, college football, professional football. It's the front 5 on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, when it will be.
It doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. If he's not prodigal, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
He's not hockey for folks. When a team really is trying to figure out their next course of action, and they go with an offensive wing. If you look at each team back, Jacksonville picked Vasella, as a Hall of Fame fan. But you leave that anchor on a line of scrimmage both sides. Both a good defensive pass rush, fine edge rusher. You're a good shot. Anything else has a lot of money. I think my position had to take care of defensive opponent. What about that end rusher that grabs it back? Somebody told me, that guy's not paid to great in the back. That guy's beat to sack the quarterback. Don't worry about the way. So, and on the other side of the ball, conversely, the good offensive line is paid to protect any of it. Yeah, they got a good back. It is that great protection. Yeah, Jay Lewis from last year. Yeah. Russell Wilson, and he's great. Good. If you find anybody that's sneaking the playoffs now, we can do water both seats.
Yes, you got to give the guy time. At least the nice thing is that DeVito could also run.
We think of some just a jet value for anything. They how aggravated work. They have been very nominally in threat. They've been able to run the ball and solve the game and protect the ball. On the other side of the ball, they've been able to these areas. Yeah.
Not like very.
I also look like you apply. Both teams quarterback, they fight the ball and they're running. And I know the Jonathan he sort of swallowed miss on his first round drafting quarterback. But I'd like to see.
Yeah, I wonder if he could effectively play if that guy run into the odds and be worse. I was better for that back though. Yeah, same thing. Things are thing in college.
But if I may, I think it goes all the way back to junior football, right? Everything now is run and shoot. Everything now is throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. We're not teaching lineman skill. Lineman techniques have down block. There's the guy that one technique, is zero technique, three technique. Is he going to take his up shoulder and get control of the outside shoulder of the guy? That's not being taught. Now everything's a step back. Everything's a step back. And now, but you want them to be big, and you want them to be able to have those skills. It's a skill set that are two different things. So we just get your big Nebraska kids, you get your big mid tight hands from Iowa, those kind of kids. They're taught that growing up. But everybody wants to see the ball in the air, and it's all about points. It's all about fantasy football. It's all about, who scored, who's this, who's that. At the end of the day, 3rd and 1, you want to run the ball.
And we're talking linemen, but I would also like to see some linebackers back in New York football on either team. We need another LT out there. Somebody. I don't think that's possible, but
There he is, right here.
yes. But I'd like to see some linebackers in those.
Yeah, in mean way. And I feel like the game is it me? And I've been saying this for a few years now. But all right, when you guys play, you had big pads. Now you look at these kids playing. It's like there's no pads with the full. There's nothing on the knees. It's like they wear shorts. I mean, I don't feel like
it's not even us guys. It's guys like Ronnie Lyon. It's guys like Jake Scott. They couldn't play today. Ed will tell you that. They couldn't play today because you know what?
too many rules.
Oh, because if you're hitting a guy coming across the middle and you're going to get a penalty, there's no fear anymore. So my opinion, what has happened to the NFL is become a track meet. You're getting guys that run 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. You run a 4.5 now, you're slow. Back in the day, you ran a 4.5, you're high.
It's all speed.
Right? Oh, there's no fear running across the middle of the field because you're not going to get whacked. But if you get whacked, you're going to get a penalty, and then you're going to get kicked out of the game. So now what happens is, as an offensive coordinator, I'm going to go get small guys. Lynn Swan and Stallworth, they were big dudes.
Yeah.
They were big dudes. Because they had big dudes, because you had Atkinson, and you had Tatum, and you had all these guys that were going to knock your, what off across the middle, right? So now, they put you got a track team out there. You got the guys from the Dolphins, he runs, he can be on the Olympic sprinting thing like that. And I'm not allowed to touch him, right? I'm not allowed to touch him after 4 yards, 5 yards. So guess what? I can't touch him. Ronnie Lott and those guys were physical defensive players that could take you off of the route. Nobody takes you off the route anymore. Yeah, and guess what? That's the game today. Let's score 100 points a quarter, and let's have 5,000 yards, and everybody's good.
And that's probably why you're not going to see any LTs anymore. I mean, they're like, to Trace Point, you can't touch the quarterback.
But I'm talking more like pass rushing LT.
Yeah.
He was talking and he changed the game.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was talking. I'm not talking about anybody going over the middle. Like the Raiders of yesteryear, they would have a team because they'd be all on the bench.
So, Ed, in terms of officiating, over the years that you've been doing it, what have been the biggest changes that affected how the game is played?
Well, I was just talking to a friend of mine. There was a tech guy. When I got in 2000, replay was confirmed. Unistech replay. They go in and and within a year or two, we'd had high depth. That seems like years ago. It's tough. And I knew right then and there that they're not backing off. That is only going to get better. And it has been better. The other thing is that we write rules, like I said. We write rules to complement that. So not only has the technology improved, but we can help out the game better. We're supposed to be a tool. But at times, there are people off their housing. It's a crush. We start looking for stuff like that. Let me back up. And I'm a fan of those old days. And I played under those rules. With square people, my coach's son, and when that guy's on the pile, not quite now, put your head in there. The medical people have taken over, and it's rightfully so. I was talking to a guy today on a plane, and I said, do you remember John Mackey on 60 Degrees? It's a sad he he was eking at his shoes. It was white ass translated. We don't want to go there. That's a bad look. So we've got to be very careful because when people don't like, and I'm not going to pontificate on this, I understand we got to lose over the middle. But there's ways you can lower the target. The defender has choices to make. There's a stripe zone for near doubts. And the player lowers his hand, opposite player loses, but the medical people want to protect it, and the owners want that. So, the old days, let's put a skirt on a quarterback. Those things will look. Quarterbacks make $40 million today. Owners don't care if you penalize my defense, they can protect that guy like this. Right. That's something that most people don't know. That when you watch a college game, I'm in here on Saturday afternoons, and I'm watching a college game, and before a kid I target, that's not there. They yell them in. In the NFL, if you get somebody chopped out there, or low block them, or hit them door over the middle, Tuesday you're getting a letter from them about fines. College people, they get paid now. I'm not going to go fit it. That's their own money, and I love on. However, they say I'm fine. So what's the only recourse to keep the game safe? You don't, and it's sad. And you're 21-year-old walking off the field, escorted by an assistant coach, is not pleasant, but it is safe. And when I see guys on the field, players on the field, lower their targets, and we have shield blocks, which are it's like a movie kick of basketball, versus blindside block. Well, there's a way to block to be efficient and safe, and there's a way to be, efficient but dangerous. You got to realize that works on both sides of the ball. So,
well, I gotta say, I give you guys all the referees, I give you guys a ton of credit because when we're watching a game, things happen so fast, and then for the next 5 minutes, we're watching replay from 400 different angles.
And we still get it
right. They have to make the call like this. So, and now that it's got so much faster, that's why I say, and never missed a call.
No, just want to put that in.
Although when I had one,
Ed never missed a call.
Did mention one call.
That is true.
Only one.
The coaches had it forgot. I might have selection now.
But the speed of the game, the size of the outside, a defenseless receiver, just now.
Yeah.
I played the game, and we were out of the lot.
As an old D-back, I can't stand it. Light them up, but that's all right. But at the end point, it's a financial situation, and it's a safety issue. It's a safety issue.
And so that's why they're playing flag football at the Pro Bowl. It's a little out there. All right, so let's talk about the postseason, right? I was in Germany during the two games. I was able to watch the first game. I was able to watch the KC game, and then I missed the complete Lions game. What surprised us? Like what impressed you, and what surprised you about the four teams that made it to the championship?
Oh, I'll go first because I'm right next to you. And first of all, thank you for doing it.
What? I did that night with a bunch of guys.
And thank you, Shortway. You guys got to the house.
Well, I can think of some chicks I'd like to hang out with, but
To me, it's Andy Reid. He is. Everybody else is playing checkers, and he's playing chess.
Yeah.
He is a tremendous coach, and he's got the right temperament. He deals with the superstars. He deals with all the stuff.
And the media.
And he's had some unbelievably difficult personal issues that he has been absolutely a pro about. And I think that he is, in my opinion, top 5 coach of all time. Because he did it with Philly.
Yeah.
And he's done it. And the adjustments that he makes and how he takes his talent and how makes them succeed. To me, Andy Reid is the person that's going to outcoach. And you look at Chad's good coach, so don't get me wrong. I just think Andy Reid is as good. And I'm not a Philly guy. My family's from Philly. I'm not a Philly guy. But I think Andy Reid is the difference and all.
Yeah, and I feel like if they win another Super Bowl, Kansas City wins this Super Bowl, I think that puts him on a higher level. I think he's going to be right up there. So I think you think so? Like with Belichick and Belichick and
I think he's catching up, but I don't think he's going to last that long. I think this might be his last year. Reid.
He loves the game and he's successful, right?
Who won and died?
Let me make a comparison. Speaking of Philadelphia and Andy Reid, Philadelphia last year was on a roll. All right, we know they went to the Super Bowl and they got beat by an Andy Reid team.
Yeah.
Good job. But Philadelphia this year, the Austin's was offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, the head coach and jobs, which is a testimony to how well they get as a staff. Let's go to Andy Reid, right? So Andy Reid's got Spags. He was here as a defensive coordinator, has kept him there. Okay, Spags, I don't think is going to go back and coach the Rams for a while and say, but he also lost Eric Bieniemy to Washington. And let's compare the two. Philadelphia lost two coordinators and fell with injuries. They fell on hard times. Andy Reid went back to the Super Bowl, and he lost his offensive coordinator. What does that say? That's like a seamless transition. Cummings, a good cat, he can do it. Or sometimes I can get a job. The kid's about to get to choose it. But there's an example with it. And by the way, Andy Reid is one of the nicest guys.
he seems it.
He's a good guy.
Who seems it? You know, he almost looks a little like Wilford Brimley. You doubt. Wilford Brimley's a nice guy. And he always, he was a nice guy.
And the commercials even make him nice.
Cocoon. Andy Reid should be in the Cocoon sequel.
And did hear him play. I watched just an average Kansas City team play.
Yeah.
Football. We watched an average team. We know the problems they have with their wide receivers. What happened to a team that plays? And how to dial a winner? He beat that. The only guy that compares to all of them fall the levy passes. If they beat a better football team, I think that the Reeves is a whole significant war. You could argue anyone off, but that's terrible. Absolutely. And just offensively, if he had a better keeper here, he would go to the we had either that or no. Like I said.
So what do you think?
Really impressed.
What do you think? I mean, other than the mistakes, what do you think it was that the Ravens did want to lose that game, or that Casey did right?
Coaching? Yeah. I was surprised, that Omar, who I thought had an MVP season, I think it stands to win the absolute regular season MVP. What he did this year, except that team was built to run like no other team in football, and they had running backs that were fast, that were big, that was someone that could carry this running back. So we didn't have he did such a good job in the regular season of shooting his places to run to get that first down, not just to run a 45-yard touchdown there. He was really handling the offense well. In the playoff game, I see to just rather air it out, and he hung back. It didn't take us off of fairness in him. I thought he had a bad game. Despite throwing for 3 yards, I don't think he managed the offense like I saw him do the best of the week.
Yeah. They should. In my opinion, they should have won that game. So Kansas City figures out ways to win.
Kansas City had 2 guys drilling down to spy him. Okay? So, again, to Ed's point, Andy Reid figured out a way to take Lamar out of his comfort zone. His comfort zone is to run.
Yeah.
You check one guy, he checks 2 guys, and then you take off. Well, when he checked his 3rd guy, there's a guy standing right there. Now you got people rushing, you got people coming in. All right, if you spy a guy like him, all right, now again, he made a couple of great plays, he blocks a tackle, he did a great thing. Great out. But again, he's playing chess, other guys are playing chess. No one spied him with 2 people on you. He had 2 guys. But again, now you're talking about you have special athletes in the secondary he's dropping different zone coverages, he's changing the coverages on the fly. But to me, when you give a kid a different look, that's the other thing. Ed and I talked about this for years and years. They're kids. Right? They're not. I mean, they're young. They're young men,
Right.
okay? And you got old men coming up with different schemes to stop them. Now all of a sudden, I'm looking at this young lady here, and I'm looking at her, and all of a sudden, he's coming.
Next time I'm looking at him, she's coming. Next time I'm looking at him, he's coming. It's like, whoa, 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 sack. Whoa, 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 interception. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got covered 2. I'm going to throw in. I'm going to throw it to double cover. It's a really, really, really difficult game to play.
Well, especially now. I mean, it's got so much faster. You have no time.
I think it actually boils down to defense. Third defense. Defense wins championship.
Yeah.
So they ended up being second or third in the league. Kansas City. Best defensive walk-up. So defense wins better. I'm sure your questions later is going to say who's going to win the Super Bowl, and defense wins.
Well, it's so intriguing. The best team in both leagues. I mean, we can debate about quality. Well, San Francisco's from Kansas City's excellent, and the thing is, we're giving them 2 weeks to prepare. Right. So when they make changes on fly, we think they're going to do is they get a look at video 2 weeks. Yeah. Which he makes changes on the run and the success, and they give them a couple weeks. And also, you give players 2 weeks rest. Needle up, right? Mix and stuff. Buckle up.
So, and it's interesting because looking at it, so KC had led their opponents in both passing and rushing, and San Francisco in passing, not so much in rushing. But now you've got McCaffrey, who is one of the best running backs. Yeah.
Right.
And I guess the check, so McCaffrey's got the yards over Flacco. And then, you look at the tight ends, you got Kelsey and you've got Kittle. And you've got Kittle with more yards than Kelsey. It's going to be, which is probably why there's only a 2-point difference. You've got, well, let's talk about it. What do you think, given the two teams, who do you think is going to come out ahead?
Well, I always go back to your point and to Ed's point. You got 2 weeks, right? The player's job is to get help.
Yeah.
Right? There are 4 or 5 guys on both sides of the ball that have to sit in the room and watch film, right? Your tackles, you're going to see that. At the end of the day, Andy Reid is going to be watching film. He's going to be watching with the offense coordinator for 3 days. Then he's going to watch it with the defense coordinator for 3 days. Okay, if we're in this situation, 3rd and 7 on the 45-yard line going in, what do they do? Because they're scouting them.
Yeah.
And they're also self-scouting, which is what makes the really good coaches. You self-scout. You look at your trend. Okay, well, on 3rd and 7 inside the 40, we've run this play 55% of the time. We got to get rid of that. Then we have to go back to something that they have not seen since week 2. That worked.
Yeah, Kansas City does that well.
Correct. So, to Ed's point again, everybody on the panel's point. Come on. I think it's all about the chess match between the coaches. The offensive coordinator and the defense coordinator. The defense coordinator, the offensive coordinator. Head coach against the head coach. And the thing that I think always wins the game critically is the special team. All right? You have to have special teams guys that know what they're doing. Make sure that you don't have the hidden yards. Make a fair catch. Everybody's mad with somebody. Fair catch.
Not missing field.
Fair catch the ball because the ball bounces and it goes 20 yards. That's 2 more first downs you got to get. That's the hidden yardage for me. I'm a big special teams guy. Catch the ball. Always catch the ball.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's going to come down to mistakes.
I think the two backs.
yeah.
Check that thing away. In the NFL, you can get a 14-point. The clock you correct your friend. You could run the ball. Every sexy to throw the ball on that part. Eventually, you got a clock on your side. Clock's in your back pocket. And if you could clock manage and how it's steady running, like kick the ball in bounds and get your first downs, throw the ball to those guys. Guys get yard after catch. You have to be tangible. It's special teams. You got to make a field goal. You got to push the ball down, push them, and they've been dry. Switch the fields.
Yeah.
Really. That's what breaks a fumble and mark punt, something like that. You can't have that back. I just give you a tip. How many times have they watched Alabama playing a team that really is, you said, but Alabama's going to be. And that team was right with Alabama. And so what happens? That team drops it. And here comes Alabama. And what? Throwing sharks.
Yeah.
Here comes Alabama. Should have done that. So here we come. And just roll up the warnings. So I think special and way underwritten and but not got to see here where we got a great quarterback. We have Murray, I'm at West, a great offensive line. You need to drop a punt. Look, they're that guy. And that's the ball. So then, I was down at the All-Star area, and I was teaching some of the officials about how to officiate a kickball. But really, they didn't know the kickballs because of the blocking. Safe flyers. You can't double.
Yeah.
So there's actually near kickball. So 11 I'm not. Chili buzz and fire. The churny kickballs. They can't double. So what they do is they run off field and they're running in space. While everybody else is blocking, the return team has 2 guys running in space. It was 11 on 11.
Right.
More than that. It's like, could double team, wedge block, and all that. All that's gone. So now, special teams is punts, field goal scores, kickoffs are just grow. The kickoffs, do as best you can. Watch how far they run. Watch the returns here on kickoffs. And don't go very far because
Well, they barely ever any returns. They're always in the end zone.
Well, teammates, you can't walk in and wedge block it.
right.
You can't do that stuff, which is good, by the way.
Oh, it is. It's a target.
Yeah.
Put you guys together. It's changed the personnel on kickoff. When they put in the lack. That thing was that they put 2 guys together. Yeah, but they would get the shoulder control. And that's a target for a guy coming downfield running full speed. But you and we're kind of just making our way upfield. This must is either a tight end, not a tight end, wide back. That's 260 and he can run like
And that's how I made my first varsity letter lead on. I was the guy that went right down. Okay, I'm the wedge buster. I have no other responsibility. That the 2 guys that come together don't blast.
yeah, we'll send a tackler behind.
Correct. Don't blast. That was my job.
After second cost.
You did?
I did wake up on Tuesday in the hospital.
Yeah, you were talking about
Like this guy came down. Exactly right.
So, in your opinion, who's got the better kicker? Who's got the better fun?
who's got the better special team.
Yeah, right. And the punters, I'm not too.
Yeah. See, I
I don't know. I'm a little. We can put it down.
The Kansas City Wars, weather element and all that.
Yeah.
That makes it kind of a little bit even.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I think. Do they have a rating on special teams?
I don't think so. I mean, it's pretty.
Well, they have stats like
Yeah.
how many yards after the punt they get, which is not.
They could be misleading
Yeah.
to.
I think the kicker scored like I usually like that. All right, the rating. He's
Yeah.
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 you have someone like that.
Then there's a. Yeah. Then there's.
I mean that's ball hope.
Well, guy. Scott
Norwood.
Ryan and Tammy and I were there. Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan and
Never
Tammy.
live that down. Wide right. All right. So let's talk about who you think is going to win and what you think the score is going to be. I'll start. I got Kansas City. Even though they're getting 2 points, I got Kansas City winning outright, 27-24. And I think it's going to come down to coaching. If I feel like games like this, whoever makes the mistake, the other teams they're at the point where you make a mistake, the other team is going to score. They're just going to score. And I think Kansas City is the best at that. I think they just somehow Mahomes with his slide pass back. I don't know. No, somehow they find ways to win.
My heart is tugging for Purdy
I know.
because I like it.
I know. I
Did a great job, and I like McCaffrey. I like that whole vibe
yeah.
of Fortnite. But I keep coming back.
Yeah.
Coming back to Andy Reid, and I just don't think it's almost going to be one of the. I hope it's not the last team. I hope it is for the fan. The last team to have the Bulls win, but I think somehow Andy Reid is going to come up with something with a backed up tight end or a guy in the spot that no one's seen all year, and they're going to double team Kelsey and triple team Kelsey, and some kid's going to go. He's going to run a seam route, and Mahomes is going to fake it there and hit this kid who's going to go. But I'm going with Andy Reid, and I think they're going to win by more than a touchdown.
Think so? All right. By the way, I have to apologize, Fred. If you're watching, Fred's in San Francisco, and I also would like to see Brock Purdy. I mean, these quarterbacks, the oldest quarterback in the two championship games, 29. These young kids, Purdy, I think, is 24. Yeah. So I do want San Francisco to win. I just don't think they're going to. All right. And
I thought for most of the year, and my fan.
Oh. You do. Did you have that early on or just recently?
Oh, nice.
You did. All right. All right. So now we got to cheer for you. You win, beers on hand. You San Francisco win.
Right.
All right. Hey, how about you? The question. Real quick. The reason for that was, I love the 30 to beat one. But
that I've seen in a while.
Is that what? People, oh God, either. We can man.
Yeah.
I really, I might go.
Not a boy.
But it's a point game, and I think they'll want to what. Are you beating the spread? You're giving two. I'm late. All right. That's fair. Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they played like 4 years ago. Same two teams in the Super Bowl.
4 years. So, like,
But I'm going to go with the revenge factor. Oh, and I'm going to take the 9.
all right.
And we're going to ask this. You cannot answer that question.
I know. Yeah. He's got to take a bye. All right, we'll see.
One thing though, and I like Andy Reid, but I think
Big, yeah. 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks, and with injuries that occur. No, this is Boston. It's class. I think it's definitely going to be a great. It's going to come down. It's going to come down to time. Buck said it before. Buck man, it's time man. Well, that's. I mean, I think it's going to come down to that. And Reed does do that well.
And that's something the Giants are horrible.
All right, so we got 3 KC and 1 San Francisco, and 1 who just appreciates the game.
Yeah.
All right, now more. I'm gonna lay the over under on Taylor Swift's side. So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna lay the over under on how many times they show Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl. I'm gonna lay it at 11. 11. Is that a deal? Yeah. Chance picked it up. Picked up my line.
Definitely over a dozen times.
I'm gonna lay the line at 11. You think over or under how many times you're gonna see Taylor Swift?
Personally, I think that this Taylor Swift thing is off the charts. Because you know what? She seems like a nice young lady. Kelsey seems like a big guy. They're having a nice time. The fact that she's a billionaire and all that kind of stuff, she's the greatest. But you know what? 11? I think it's going to be 745.
Really?
But it's okay because she's I think the whole thing, meeting her family, her showing up, I think she's a nice kid. Again, she's a kid. She happens to be a billionaire, incredibly talented, but she has a boyfriend, he's a football player, and the fact that people are giving her a hard time, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. You know what? She's having fun. She's having fun. She seems like a nice kid, and she's had some situations which, unfortunately, how I know about it is also unfortunate. But I think she's a good kid, and I'll go with the over 11. I'll go
over 11. All right.
You're not that stalker, are you?
Now, it gives everybody a reason to watch the game. Other than the commercials, now you can watch the game and mark down how many times Taylor Swift.
He's a good.
She is. I thought it the AFC could be.
They did not over. So,
Yeah.
I know we kept on nerve. That doesn't bother me. Very talented.
Yeah, very like I don't think all the fans. Yeah, I think the NFL is looking at it. You got the commissioner looking at it, saying, "Look at the Peacock game we had. That was a KC game, right? Look at we had more viewers than ever. Put the camera on her. Keep it going. We got all the Swifties that don't even know about football that are sitting there, and it's the Swiftie effect has got so many people interested in football." Just so they can see her show.
As a lifelong Dolphin fan, I watched. out of principle. Don't worry. I'm not
go on to the 11. You're gonna go under a like. Can't all go the same way. All right. Haven't been like coffee with them. The
Oh, they did top of that. Yeah. And I'm hoping that they run with that. Shower. Fun. Yeah. If they were to oversell it.
Yeah. I was looking at the number of passes he caught, touchdowns, and you figure per quarter, if it's 3 times per quarter, it's your own.
I hope you're on. I do believe she has a concert in Tokyo.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. She might not be there till halftime. So does that change the over? I don't know.
A lot of fun there. All right.
And I don't know if that changes the over under or not. But like Mike said, I think
I'm going to the wall. So you want with the on?
if she gets there at halftime, I'll go under. But if she's there the whole game, she's over.
All right, Ed.
So I look at this. Turn the TV set on Sunday. 3 hours. Yeah, you saw that ad. Eventually, you're going to have to. All right, now, in the heart, I'm okay. She brings more eyes. Look at that. Not a bit. Or it's drive deep. Heck of a dog.
Right.
If what? If they like, yeah, like how? The point. Like, fun.
Except, and then I had the NFL salaries go up. So, he's a care.
I'm sorry.
I was a
All right. So with that said, we're going to open it up. Anybody has any comments or questions that you want to ask the panel? Any thoughts about the game coming up? Anybody? Nope. All right. We got a raffle.
I have a couple of things.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things, right? This guy here, Ed Kemp, okay, has been involved circularly with our family for a long time. My father-in-law, Coach Ed Kemp. Wow. The gentleman of football. Wow. He was the official, my first year coaching high school football at Hawthorne High School. We lost the state finals to Lyndhurst High School, right? Apparently the coldest, it was the coldest story in the Cleveland. Well, prior to that, the coldest high school game. Really? Coldest high school. Wow, I can see that. 87, 86. Yeah. I watching the guy get dressed. Putting like Joe Nate. Work. He came in here and he was the only one that didn't have to thaw out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the cold weather. They've got stuff that they put on.
Right? Yeah, one of our guys, one of our Pat, that he makes these snow seats, some of the little seals, and he was out sitting here good. So they that I can't wear it because when minute after it's like, yeah. What stuff accident this fine. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. We think you put on seconds. It's like that's first. And, I've had a couple. Well, I got one in Cleveland and one in Hawthorne. But also,
Mike, did Did you have Coach Pines again at all?
I have Coach Bice came out on football.
Oh, you know, and that didn't work.
No,
No?
no, it's the best.
Well, so Coach Pines again is another Hawthorne guy. He was actually my wrestling coach.
Right.
But he was also Ed's coach at St. Cecilia. Which, yeah. How it goes around. Well, let me, you know this guy, you know that guy. Is Pat DeMarco out there?
I don't see him much.
Pat DeMarco. Oh, that's Pat O'Hagan.
That's fine, mate.
It's tonight.
He answers to all the Pat.
But one more thing I'd like to say about Ed. All right, Ed is a very humble man. He's been involved in some unbelievably great sporting events. I met Ed officially. I coached at Glen Rock. I coached at Hawthorne. I've been involved in sports for a long time. Could not be the finer man. But we had a situation. We had a situation when I was coaching at Glen Rock where the officiating crew, for lack of better term, was horrible. And I'm up in the group, I'm the eyes in the sky, right? So I see what's going on. I know football pretty well. I've been lucky to be with guys like Joe in my life, and I've been around good coaches. And I'm looking in the sky. We have a fourth down play, and they throw it over the top, and the back judge is 15 yards in front of the play, turns around, the kid fell down, a spiker, he tipped over the 30-yard line. The ref turns around, he throws a flag. We lose that game because of that play. Keeps us out of the state playoff. Okay? So we call what we're going to do. We don't even want to be crying wolf, but I'm like, hey, listen, that's BS. That's really bad. The same guy, like we call Ed, right? He was in charge of all the officials in North Jersey. He came to Glen Rock High School on a Monday night when we were watching film, and he spent 3 hours with our staff to go over every single thing. This guy's in position. This guy's not in position. This guy should have done this. You guys are right. I'm going to write him up. My point is, there's a reason why he's in charge of NFL officials. He has the most character. He's on point in the game, and I'm proud to call my friend. And I want to thank you for all you guys.
We got a little sidebar to that sort. Why was that the game? I have to be at the game. We were locked out by the NFL. 2012. And that game, I saw. This is, you have to. Bellwood Park, long off. So they started walking with the team. And if you haven't, last thing you went and walk alongside the guy. Look, and I was right behind. Parked up. Walk away. Walk away. Parking lot around the soccer field. I ran over that. Like, wasn't cursed. No, him back. Yeah, go ahead and take his. That 5 minutes. So I don't know. Coach, I'm that camp. Helping out. Not supervisor, but I was observing. And I saw. I'm going to go in the locker room. Back right. What? So I got in there. I mean, everybody inside had situation. Got to get into that situation. So I went in and I said, "What?" He was yelling us about that box. First of all, I'll be very honest. I don't know to him. He shouldn't be talking to him. Well, in that it did. Kurt decided ticked up 40-yard. Yeah. 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 So wait, I got a trivia question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my first D4 AA games, Bucknell, and I can't remember where, but it was Bucknell. You know, when I drive up to the stadium on Saturday, and I look at the stadium name, you know the name of Bucknell's stadium? Bucknell's football stadium. And he went, I'm asking you, you're a baseball guy. It's Lewisboro, right? Lewisboro.
Right down the street from,
I have no idea.
Matthews Stadium.
oh, wow.
Really?
That was a baseball. I was a kid, baseball cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm wrestling a football game. Am I right?
That
Chris,
So tell me about, did he go there?
like,
So it did. Chris,
Yes, he did attend Bucknell. In fact, he's buried on campus.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
there you go.
might make some money on that.
Yeah.
No, not so much.
When I was South Florida,
Work. But cemetery. Arterial. Yeah. Well, and there's my ball. This I have that right on it. I mean, I shanked in the kind and that's where I found it, right next to him.
That's pretty cool.
Great. House.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Right. But
Wow.
yeah, it was really.
Yeah, let's get it. So, Ed, one last question. I know that you were after the Super Bowl game years ago. How do the refs prepare?
Pretty quick.
So, not me.
I got for it.
So the officials signed the Super Bowl. First of all, they work. No one's take a month off between the last game of the year and the Super Bowl. It's a month, 4 weeks. So officials that signed the Super Bowl will work.
How long ago are they assigned?
What?
How long ago did they get assigned?
The last game of the season, last regular season, that was Tuesday. Last. Wow. Now, then it goes in order. Wild card.
Okay.
Wild card.
Then now,
Well, because more games. We're all trying to. What kind of year did you have? What kind of year did you have? You know. So
Right.
they will work. You know, they'll put a referee and an umpire. That's the two people in the back, out in the back. And they'll put the line of scrimmage people together in one of those games. And then they'll put the deep guys in a game like that. And they usually, I think, they try to put the replay guy in the Super Bowl with the referee so they get a little acclimated to one another. Then we use next round. Now it's championship. Yeah, that's a pretty good honor too. I finished my career working at championship. So the championship game is out on Tuesday. And the next thing on Wednesday, they have the Super Bowl. So, from that day forward, once you wrap the championship game, now, you can't work anymore. Everybody gets one except for the Super Bowl because he works in the division. So, from that day forward, once the championship game is over, you have 2 weeks. And our normal pregame on a Saturday, 2.5 hours. That's in addition to all the work. Well, you and our game before games, like 3 hours work. We're doing that every day leading up to the Super Bowl. So they'll say, Flavio, Kansas City's up. Mike, look at San Francisco's up. Andy, you look at the defense. Jay, you look at the defense. We're both. Then, of course, 2 weeks to go, the coaches sent plays concerned. We're going to try this. We've seen the date this week 5. Well, that type of preparation. It's like I was told this guy, very reasonable guy. I said, listen, there's always the fear when we mess up that we're not full time. We'll trust me. I put enough time in. It was full time.
Right.
And I was teaching school too at the same time. But I could say it now because I don't. I cheated my job at school because I was doing a lot of NFL. But when I
I thought you were going to say he in the NFL, so you could take care of
no. By the way, if you notice one thing, they say the NFL is scripted. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys go stop going by the seat of my pants down my leg. I did steal a couple of notes. I couldn't spell Spagnola's game. But yes,
I like the honesty.
I think I told you last time. So, but Saturday, Thursday before the Super Bowl, they take you out to the stadium.
So that's coming. This coming
This
Thursday.
coming Thursday, they'll go out to the stadium.
How many on the crew? How many on?
Well, they have a full crew of and the 2 replay guys not. And then they bring a whole CEO back up.
That's not a lot. 9.
9 on, well, not 7 on the field.
Yeah. And then
They have a lot of time to replay, too. I don't know why.
yeah.
So, on Thursday, they'll go out and rehearse the whole pregame. At the pregame, as they time the teams coming out of the huddle, how long it takes them to get out of the huddle. Because it's a TV show.
Yeah. That's true.
It is entertaining. So what they're doing is they're actually rehearsing the whole thing. I was in Atlanta. Died. Like, man. Home San Francisco owner of Chiefs. That's time. That's time. Everything was timed up. You know, bringing 2 local high schools. Kids on run out the hell. Last side, everything's nice clock. You like this one? I'm in Atlanta, and Cameron practicing the coin to us. But Martin Luther King's daughter was there. Daughter. She was going to make the call. That's the practice making the call. So they're back. And as a Cameron, you probably seen U.S. Open Master. Get the ponytail going right out of Woodstock. And he says, I said to him, hey, who's doing the national anthem? He says, last night. I know. I said, so shit not coordinate? He said, he looks at me like, do you think this is the rap? We tell her we need to knock out off the national anthem. He's saying, it's like, why? Really?
Were the pimps there? No pimps. No pimps.
Wow. Now then it would have been 2 minutes 20. No. Huh? Well, yeah. Fine.
I had the over.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Wow. Jay, Andy, Mike, thank you guys so much. You guys had fun? All right. Let's wrap.
Oh yeah.
It's time to raffle on here. Pull that down. We're going to pick one from the back. Pull it all the way down. It's time to pick the raffle for the autograph football of our inaugural Guys Talking Sports. You guys had fun? You guys want to see us do this for baseball? Yeah? All right, let's get somebody out of here. Come on up here. Just
I'd like to take it. And we're going to call out the number. He's the referee. It's honest.
any one of these things. All right. After. All right. Pull it out.
Everybody here get a wrap?
Here it is. Raffle number 246 201 246 201. How do you? Who got it? 246 201. Oh, come on. Here we go. There we go.
There you are. Are you raffling with that?
Don't let me there. But what? You want it? Let me check. 24620. Look in the camera. Congratulations. The autographed football from Guys Talking Sports. Congratulations.
You.
Congratulations.
Hey, Pat. Are you rambling on that outlet too?
Hell, that's what I know. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you like what you saw, make sure you comment on YouTube.
Oh, wait. Did he do the Super Bowl or the Super Bowl?
That's right.
Sorry.
You're absolutely right.
I had to interrupt you before you.
No, there are people out here that's waiting for the Super Bowl. How many people have been following the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's right. For you 6, you guys are going to like the Super Bowl. You guys watch it, don't know. We do this every year. It's the 4th Super Bowl war. We started with 30 restaurants in the area. We turned it down. Tonight we are going to announce the semifinals for Super Bowl 4. And so we had.
Did your accountant do this?
We had Justin and El Zio going up against each other, and one of these teams, one of these restaurants won by 1 vote.
Wow. There you go.
1 vote. And the team that's going to the semifinals is Justin's restaurant. Kid Hawk.
Love Justin. You want to go to Ring Your Own?
The Mellow Quarter. If you that don't know, El Zio is a great Mexican restaurant right in Hawthorne. And again, the whole reason for doing this is just to bring awareness to all the amazing restaurants in the area and, try them all. Celtic Corner went up against Due Fratelli. And the winner going on to the semifinals, Due Fratelli, both Hawthorne. Actually, they're like 100 feet from one another. Due Fratelli, Italian, Celtic Corners, Irish pub. Celtic Corners will be on. Celtic Corner, it's going to be up against Justin.
There you go.
On the other side, we have Blackjack Mulligans versus Front Porch. Now, Front Porch won Lord of the Wings last year. And Blackjack Mulligans was the very first. They won Super Bowl I. So Blackjack Mulligans went up against Front Porch, and Blackjack Mulligans moves on.
Wow. Ready, John?
The next is Bill Rosa up against Patagra. Now, Bill Rosa also, they not only won Super Bowl, they won March Pizza Match, which is coming up this year. They won both. So Bill Rosa and Patagra up against each other. Bill Rosa moving on to the semis against Blackjack Mulligans. So you've got Justin's versus Celtic Corner. You've got Blackjack Mulligans versus Bill Rosa. Make sure you go to the towncast.com, scroll down, make your votes. You have until next Saturday, midnight, to make your votes. We're going to announce the finalists right before kickoff on Super Bowl Sunday. And then when all the football's over, we're going to announce the winner of the Super Bowl the following week on the 18th, February 18th.
There you go.
So get your votes in and enjoy the Super Bowl. And again, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Was Shortway's in there at all? At one point. Oh, okay. I wonder when you were here. Early on.
Oh, yeah, we did one there. We did one. Pizza is Mark. Pizza is Mark.
A few years ago, you guys haven't had Shortway's Pizza. They've got thin crust, and I think Willie Wilson, by the way, Tony Award nominated Willie Wilson right there.
There you go.
See now, Tony, Willie and Lynn are now believers. They not only have thin crust, they've got cast iron, deep dive, and nice pizza. So, again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great Super Bowl. Thank you. Everybody, have a great Super Bowl. Thanks, guys. See you at the next one. Thank you.